Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is VIN 0819, VIN 819. This is a 2016 1J2, which is liquid platinum. Not a whole lot of those out there, with LA30 red interior. Even fewer with that. Most of the liquid platinums had black interior. This is liquid platinum with red interior, for sale on Auto Trader here at the end of June 2026 in Torrance, California, Los Angeles area. 71,000 miles for $57,000. Production statistics. So there's 158 out of the 2,348 cars for the US 49 that were liquid platinum. That's it. There's not a lot of them. 49 had LA30 red interior. That is 2.09% of all of the US 49 production was this combo. So that's like a 9 out of 10 for rarity. You're not going to see this combo very often. 2016, 115 out of the 1,418 cars were liquid platinum, and 36 had LA30 red interior. So this car is one of 36. Very rare example. You're not going to see a lot in this color combo. So this car's in-service date was November 19th of 2016. It was manufactured January 7th of 2016. Options are G4, which is the lighted front door sills, Mark Levinson, orange calipers, V2, which is the glass brake sensors, and the Z2 package, which is comfort and convenience, trunk mat, cargo net, wheel locks, and the key gloves, along with the applique on top the rear bumper, the little clear PPF piece. It has engine number 2064221 if it has the original engine, which I suspect it does. Carfax, Epic VIN, and Auto Check. So Carfax, my 2026 Carfax shows this as a one owner, one damage event, reported just very recently, April 17th of 2026, to the rear, and it says minor damage, airbags did not deploy. 2024, it shows it as a one owner, no accident car. Epic VIN shows this as a two owner, no accident car, which I don't think is correct. AutoCheck shows this as a one owner, no accident car. So I think this is a one owner, one damage event, Southern California car its whole life. Previous sales. So this car first went on sale, looks like in February or March of 2016. It was for sale at Lexus of Cerritos, $88,000, and it sold and it didn't sell until November of 2016, so 9 months for sale to its first and only owner. And when it was sold, it had about 5,100 miles on it, and maybe that's where Epic VIN is getting the two owner, I'm not sure, but it had 5,100 miles when they bought it brand new, and they were the first owner, so maybe a dealer demo or something like that. So here it is, the end of June 2026. It has 71,000 miles for $57,000. So now into the photos. There's a lot to unpack here. The exterior, it looks pretty clean for a car with 71,000 miles. The rear bumper does look like it is a slight different shade. Now that could be like, you know, so on my car, you can see that the orange fender and the quarter panel along, let me get out of the way here. The bumper there, if I can point to it, the metal surface versus the plastic surface, it hits the light differently, and on the orange cars it fades, but on the liquid platinum that wasn't really a known issue. So this car, that's likely indicative that it's had paint work done, and so the rear damage, that probably jives. The front emblem is hazy. I'm starting to see that more commonly on, especially on the 16s, the older cars, when they sit outside a lot. So the answer to those, you can remove it, you can polish it like a headlight, you can put a piece of PPF, paint protection film, over it to stop that, or you can replace it. And the replacement emblem for a piece of plastic, it's very expensive. It's like $400 for that emblem. So I would recommend probably removing it and polishing it out to fix that. But it is something to note that this car's probably spent a good bit of its life outside, parked outside, even if it's in a carport or something like that, but it spent a lot of time outside. Another thing that caught my attention is if you look at the front crash bar behind the front grille, you can see it's silver. And I don't think I'm seeing things here, but from the factory, that piece is black. So it's either been, the bumper's been removed and they didn't put that piece back. I think it's like a piece of foam or plastic or rubber or something that goes over that, that's black in color. And if you remove that, you see the silver crash bar behind it. And the whole point of it is so it doesn't draw your eye to seeing that behind the grille. So that's what I'm seeing there. Don't know if that means the front bumper has been repainted, but definitely the front bumper has been removed, because we're seeing that. So there's something going on there. All four wheels are pretty heavily curb rashed, so all four wheels need to be refinished. Budget about $150 a wheel, so like $600 to do that. Mid-2023 date code, so you're talking about 3-year-old tires, no big deal there. The brake rotors look okay. They look like they have been replaced before. The interior, the carbon fiber trim is delaminating on 4 of the 5 common pieces up front. So everywhere except the driver's front door, the left and right dash, the center console, and the passenger side front door. The front driver's seat is very dirty, and it also has some pretty significant bolster wear. Those pieces are about $1,000 a piece. The bottom and the back, those are $1,000 a piece to replace. Not very difficult to do. I've done it on this car when I converted to the orange interior. So you can do that, but if you want to replace it, if it's going to bother you, factor in another $2,000. The rear leather looks pretty scratched. So obviously there's been some passengers or stuff that's been thrown in there. And it looks like a scratch on the dash on the passenger side as well. So looks like it's been used. You know, that's a given. But whoever owned it, they were pretty rough on the interior. But I would say pretty significant wear overall for the mileage. So now into the price. Now, if this car needed nothing in this market with 71,000 miles, I would say like mid-50s. And so at 57, it's not too far off. You know, you start the car high, you can come down on the price. That's not too far off. But this car with what it needs, carbon fiber trim, interior needs to be addressed. We'll get into the service history too, but kind of foreshadowing there, it needs a lot. It's very high as far as the price goes right now in this market for what it needs. You know, you're gonna factor in wheels, interior, carbon fiber trim, the bringing up to the service. It probably needs to be at least $5,000 to $7,000 less, if not more. So now into the service history. It's also not well dealer serviced at all. There's 4 entries, and one of them's the pre-delivery inspection. One of them is an oil change while the dealer owned it, and then it's only been to the dealer twice. There is nothing on the Carfax, no other service. So it's either been done DIY or it's been done at a dealer or independent mechanic that doesn't report to Carfax, probably the case, or it just hasn't been done. And so you have to assume the most restrictive, you have to assume the worst unless they can prove otherwise. So this is a one-owner car. They should definitely be able to prove what has and hasn't been done. And so inquire and go for it and see what has been done on this car. So the first entry of note is when the owner acquired it, February of 2017, 5,100 miles, an oil change. And then June of 2018, 19,000 miles, the JLB recall was done. That's it, high pressure fuel pumps. They noted that at 19,000 miles, it needed front brakes soon. That was 50,000 miles ago. And that's it. What's not done? Everything of record. So you also have the ZLZ, the dash. The in-service date on this car was November 19th of 2016, so you have until November 19th of 2026 to get the dash replaced if it is at all slightly sticky, anything like that. This car appears to have spent a lot of time outside, so would not surprise me to see if that dash is even slightly sticky, but Lexus will still cover it free of charge for you until November of this year. The tires and brakes look okay. I don't see an excessive lip on the brake rotors, so that probably tells me that they've been replaced before. Obviously the tires have been replaced, but it needs the carbon fiber trim, probably transmission service, TVD service. I would look at doing the coolant just on age, the drive belt, the rubber parts, things like that. You know, maybe even radiator hoses, the 60,000 mile service. So if that hasn't been done, needs spark plugs, needs to get all that done, brake fluid, everything else. Front lower control arm bushings, look at the insides of the front tires, see if you see any excessive wear. All of the customer service program stuff, all the campaigns, nothing has been done other than the JLB recall. So low pressure fuel pump reprogramming in the back, hearing the noise, the humming or buzzing in the back, HVAC servo sweep, GPS location, all of that. None of it's been done on this car. The Valley plate too. So you have heat cycles and time. This car's got time on its side. It's probably got a decent amount of heat cycles too. Being in Southern California, it's probably a lot of short trips. That brings me to would I buy this car? Not at the current price. It would have to be at least $10,000 less, in my opinion, based on what it needs, unless the service history can be proven. That brings it up, you know, to a reasonable amount, but it still needs 4 wheels refinished. It needs the driver's seat, the covers replaced, and it needs the carbon fiber trim done. Assuming best case scenario, that's what we can tell based on the pictures. But it needs some work. It needs some dollars put into it. So $57,000, in my opinion, is far too high based on what it needs, even if the service history is up to date. So that's what I've got for you guys. Maybe worth pursuing, but you're gonna have to get it a whole lot less. VIN 0819, thanks again for watching. We'll see you soon.